Planet Earth, a world of breathtaking beauty, teeming with life in all its forms. Yet beneath this veneer of tranquility lies a stark reality. A planet prone to moments of unimaginable chaos. From the depths of the oceans to the peaks of the highest mountains, natural forces shape and reshape our world, often with devastating consequences. Throughout history, natural disasters have left an indelible mark on humanity, serving as stark reminders of the raw power that nature wields. These catastrophic events, earthquakes, floods, cyclones, tsunamis, have claimed millions of lives, reshaping landscapes and leaving behind a legacy of loss and destruction. In this series, we will journey across time and continents to explore some of the deadliest natural disasters ever recorded. We will delve into the science behind these events, analyze their devastating impact on human populations, and examine the long-lasting consequences for the natural world. Join me as we navigate the harrowing stories of survival, resilience, and ultimately, the profound respect we must have for the awe-inspiring and at times utterly destructive power of nature. Central China, 1931. Torrential rains began in the spring, stretching into an unnaturally long summer. The rivers swelled, exceeding anything in recorded history. Water surged across the land with terrifying speed. Villages were swallowed whole, inhabitants unprepared. The official death toll exceeded 3 million. Millions more were left homeless, lives washed away. The floodwaters carried disease, famine, and social unrest, a chilling testament to the destructive power of water. The impact of the Great Flood of 1931 extended far beyond the immediate human cost. The deluge wreaked havoc on China's natural world, leaving a trail of devastation across vast ecosystems. Countless animal species, from the iconic giant panda to the critically endangered Chinese alligator, saw their habitats decimated by the floodwaters. The surging waters drowned countless creatures, while others perished from starvation and disease in the aftermath. The delicate balance of these ecosystems, finely tuned over millennia, was thrown into disarray. The loss of biodiversity was immense, with some species pushed further towards the brink of extinction. The recovery of these ecosystems would prove to be a long and arduous process, a testament to the enduring scars that natural disasters can leave on the natural world. The Great Flood of 1931 serves as a stark reminder that the interconnectedness of life on Earth means that human suffering is often mirrored in the animal kingdom, a tragic consequence of ecological disruption. The year is 1556. The early morning calm of January 23rd in Shaanxi province, China, is about to be shattered. Deep beneath the Earth's surface, tension that has been building for centuries finally gives way. The ground beneath Shaanxi heaves and buckles with unimaginable force. Fissures swallow buildings whole, structures crumble into dust, burying inhabitants beneath rubble. The Shaanxi Earthquake, a magnitude 8 event, unleashed rare destruction. The death toll, 830,000 souls, makes it the deadliest in history. In the aftermath of the Shaanxi Earthquake, the landscape bore the scars of the disaster. Fissures riven the plains, landslides reshaped mountainsides, burying villages. Habitats were destroyed, countless animals perished. The delicate balance of ecosystems was disrupted. Changes in water tables impacted plant and animal life. Wildlife populations fluctuated unpredictably. The Shaanxi Earthquake is a reminder of nature's power. The natural world began healing as people rebuilt. The Bay of Bengal, a breeding ground for life, but also a birthing place of devastating storms. In November of 1970, a monstrous cyclone, later dubbed Bhola, formed over the warm waters, gaining strength as it churned towards the coast. The people of the Ganges Delta, a region prone to cyclones, were no strangers to the fury of the sea. Yet Bhola was different. It intensified at an alarming rate, becoming a severe cyclonic storm with winds exceeding 120 miles per hour. On November 12th, the storm made landfall. It slammed into the densely populated Ganges Delta of East Pakistan, which is present-day Bangladesh. The low-lying islands and coastal areas were utterly unprepared for the sheer force of the cyclone. A wall of water, a storm surge of terrifying proportions, surged inland, swallowing entire villages in its wake. The fragile landscape was reshaped in a matter of hours, leaving behind a trail of unimaginable destruction. The Bhola Cyclone stands as one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. Estimates suggest that over 500,000 souls were lost, a staggering figure that reflects the storm's raw power. The impact on the natural world was equally devastating. The storm surge inundated vast swathes of farmland, rendering the land infertile with salt. Crops were destroyed and livestock perished, pushing many survivors to the brink of starvation. The Sundarbans, a vast mangrove forest that is home to the Royal Bengal tiger, suffered a severe blow. The storm surge flooded large parts of the forest, displacing countless animals and killing an estimated 10% of the tiger population. The Bhola cyclone serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of nature and the vulnerability of human life in the face of such catastrophic events. It left an indelible scar on the land and its people, a wound that took generations to heal. The morning of December 26, 2004, dawned clear and bright across the Indian Ocean. Unbeknownst to millions, deep beneath the surface, a tectonic shift of unimaginable scale was about to unleash a silent fury upon the world. Off the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, the ocean floor lurched, displacing trillions of tons of water. The result was a series of monstrous waves, tsunamis of terrifying height and power, radiating outwards at the speed of a jet plane. The first waves struck the coast of Sumatra with little warning. Entire villages were wiped from the map in an instant. The tsunami, unhindered by the shallowing ocean floor, continued its deadly journey across the Indian Ocean. From Thailand to Sri Lanka, India to Somalia, the waves, some reaching heights of over 100 feet, crashed ashore, carrying with them a deadly cargo of debris and unimaginable destruction. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami was a disaster of unprecedented scale, claiming the lives of an estimated 230,000 people across 14 countries. It remains etched in our collective memory as a stark reminder of the awesome power of the natural world. The tsunami's impact extended far beyond the immediate loss of life. Coastal communities were devastated, their homes and livelihoods swept away in an instant. The tourism industry in many affected regions was crippled, with long-lasting economic consequences. The natural world, too, bore the brunt of the tsunami's fury. Coral reefs, vital ecosystems teeming with life, were pulverized, and mangrove forests, crucial buffers against coastal erosion, were decimated. The 2004 tsunami was a global tragedy that spurred an unprecedented outpouring of humanitarian aid and highlighted the importance of early warning systems in mitigating the impact of such catastrophic events. On January 12, 2010, the impoverished Caribbean nation of Haiti was struck by a catastrophe that would forever alter its destiny. At 4:53 p.m. local time, the earth shuddered violently. A magnitude 7.0 earthquake, its epicenter just 10 miles southwest of the capital city of Port-au-Prince, ripped through the island. Buildings crumbled to dust, streets buckled and split, and a thick cloud of dust choked the air. The earthquake was not a single event, but the first in a series of tremors that continued to shake the island for days. Each aftershock brought further devastation, collapsing structures already weakened by the initial quake. The Haitian people, already grappling with poverty and political instability, were thrust into a nightmare. The earthquake had not only ravaged their present, but had also shaken the very foundations of their future. The 2010 Haiti earthquake was one of the deadliest natural disasters of the 21st century. Estimates suggest that over 220,000 people lost their lives and more than 300,000 were injured. The destruction was catastrophic and widespread. Over 1.5 million people were left homeless, their houses reduced to rubble. The earthquake crippled the country's already fragile infrastructure, making rescue and relief efforts a logistical nightmare. Hospitals, already operating with limited resources, were overwhelmed with the injured. Makeshift medical facilities struggled to cope with the sheer number of patients, many suffering from crush injuries and infections. The earthquake exposed the vulnerability of Haiti's built environment and the dire consequences of poverty and inadequate disaster preparedness. It was a stark reminder of the devastating human toll that unfolds when nature's fury collides with societal inequalities. The Yellow River, a lifeblood for millions in China, has a turbulent history. For centuries, its unpredictable nature has earned it the moniker China's sorrow. In 1887, this sorrow manifested in one of the deadliest natural disasters ever recorded. After a period of unusual calm, the river, swollen by heavy rains and a melting snowpack, surged over its banks. The relentless waters, carrying with them the debris of homes and livelihoods, spread across the North China Plain. Villages were swallowed whole, their inhabitants given little warning of the impending deluge. The flood, a direct result of a confluence of meteorological events, became a terrifying testament to the power of nature's wrath. The official death toll, a staggering 900,000, only tells part of the story. Millions were left homeless, their lives upended by the disaster. The flood's impact extended far beyond immediate casualties, leaving a trail of disease and famine in its wake. The very fabric of life in the region was torn asunder. The 1887 Yellow River flood reshaped the landscape, leaving behind a trail of destruction that stretched for hundreds of miles. Fertile farmlands, once teeming with life, were transformed into desolate swamps, their productivity decimated. The flood's impact on wildlife was equally devastating. The sudden inundation of their habitats resulted in the drowning of countless animals. Species like the endangered Chinese alligator, already struggling for survival, saw their numbers dwindle further. The delicate balance of the ecosystem was thrown into disarray. The flood's impact extended far beyond its immediate aftermath. The loss of crops led to widespread famine, further exacerbating the death toll. The displacement of millions led to social unrest and economic instability, leaving a permanent scar on the region's psyche. The 1887 Yellow River flood serves as a stark reminder of the devastating power of nature and the importance of respecting its might. Antioch, a bustling metropolis in the 6th century, stood as a beacon of culture and commerce at the crossroads of the Roman Empire. Its strategic location on the Silk Road made it a melting pot of civilizations, a testament to human endeavor and ingenuity. However, in the year 526 AD, this vibrant city would face a cataclysm that would forever alter its destiny. A monstrous earthquake, estimated to have been over magnitude 7, ripped through the region, its epicenter near Antioch. The very ground beneath the city writhed and buckled, unleashing a force that shattered stone and toppled even the most imposing structures. The great basilica, a symbol of Antioch's piety, crumbled into ruin, its grandeur lost beneath a mountain of debris. The immediate aftermath was a scene of unimaginable devastation. Buildings lay in ruins, their once proud facades reduced to rubble. Fires, ignited by overturned lamps and collapsed hearths, raged through the city, consuming what the earthquake had spared. The air was thick with the stench of death and the cries of survivors searching for loved ones amidst the wreckage. The 526 Antioch Earthquake is a chilling reminder of the destructive power beneath the Earth's surface. Its impact on Antioch was catastrophic, forever changing the city's history. Contemporary accounts speak of a death toll reaching as high as 250,000 people. The destruction sent ripple effects throughout the Roman Empire. The loss of life and infrastructure impacted the region's economy and political stability. The earthquake also reshaped the landscape, altering rivers and streams. Coastal areas experienced tsunamis, reshaping the coastline. The 526 Antioch earthquake highlights the importance of understanding and mitigating seismic risks. The Bay of Bengal, a cradle of life and a stage for nature's fury. In 1737, a cyclone of extraordinary magnitude descended upon Calcutta. It left a trail of devastation in its wake. The monstrous dance of wind and water reduced buildings to rubble. Ships were tossed like toys, dashed against the coastline. The storm's energy echoed a symphony of destruction. Calcutta, a city of vibrant life, lay in ruins. The marketplace, now a sea of debris, stood as a grim testament to the cyclone's power. The official death toll, 300,000 souls, represents only a fraction of the true cost. The city's infrastructure lay in shambles, hindering relief efforts. The 1737 Calcutta Cyclone stands as a chilling reminder of nature's power and human vulnerability. Tangshan, China. A city of industry, its people unaware of the geological forces building beneath their feet. It was the dead of night, the early hours of July 28, 1976, when the Earth awoke with a vengeance. An earthquake, a monstrous tremor measuring a staggering 7.8 on the Richter scale, ripped through the heart of the city. Buildings, once symbols of progress and prosperity, crumbled into dust. Hospitals, schools, homes, all reduced to rubble in a matter of seconds. The very ground beneath Tangshan buckled and swayed, swallowing entire neighborhoods into the yawning chasms that opened up without warning. The initial shock was only the beginning. Aftershocks, like echoes of the main event, continued to rock the devastated city, hampering rescue efforts and adding to the terror. Dust and debris filled the air, choking survivors and shrouding the city in an eerie silence, broken only by the cries of the injured and the desperate pleas for help. The Tangshan earthquake was not merely a natural disaster, it was a catastrophe of unprecedented scale. The aftermath of the Tangshan earthquake was a scene of unimaginable devastation. Rescue workers toiled tirelessly, hampered by rubble and aftershocks. International teams arrived with sniffer dogs and heavy machinery. Tangshan, once thriving, had to be rebuilt from the ground up. The memories of that fateful night continue to haunt survivors. From the earthquake that shook Tangshan to the cyclone that ravaged Calcutta, we have journeyed through history, bearing witness to the awesome power of nature and the fragility of human existence. These natural disasters, etched into the annals of time, serve as a sobering reminder of our place in the grand scheme of things. The Earth, our home, is a dynamic and ever-changing planet. While its beauty sustains us, its fury can be unleashed with terrifying consequences. As we strive to understand and mitigate the risks posed by these natural hazards, let us never forget the lessons learned from these past tragedies. For in remembering, we honor the victims and strengthen our resolve to build a safer and more resilient future for all.